Alright, I thought I'd just do a quick unboxing of the ReefATO gadget that I purchased today. And I'm going to install this weekend, but hopefully by the time I post this it'll already be done. So nice packaging, I guess. Comes with a user manual, which you can also download from the website as well. So I'm not going to really get into that stuff. The actual controller unit looks pretty good, pretty solid. Also has a bracket on the back, so I mentioned earlier I was going to try and print one, but don't need to. So you just put in your screws and slide it in onto the wall, and you should be good, so that's good. Looks like there's a layer here, so it looks like you have your sensors. I think this is where it goes into the bracket. I don't know what that is yet, so I'll have to go through this more carefully, but I'm not setting this up just yet. Just thought I'd do an unboxing. And inside you've got, now I got the one that has the corner bracket. I don't need the corner bracket because I have it already in the tank, so I will probably just hang on to this as a spare. We've got, I guess, the clamps for the hoses to affix to. Power cords for the controller unit. I think this is the, I think this stops the siphon. I don't know, I'm gonna have to go through this stuff. A couple more brackets, actual pump itself. Interesting pump actually. I'm curious to see how quiet this is. So we'll figure that out as we set it up, I guess. And it gives you some, well, gives you a fair amount of tubing, as you can see. A couple of feet there anyway, so that's good. I got some 3M stickums. This is the sensor cable bag kit. Got some screws and two-way tape, and then this actually is just for your plug, and that's it. So I'm going to set this up, and yeah, let's see how it works out. I'm not going to do a whole setup video. I'm just going to get it done because I can't hold the camera and jiggle it around while I'm installing all this stuff. So let's get to it. All right, so here we are with the ATO set up and installed. This is the bracket that holds your hose that feeds the water into the tank. I'll see if I can grab a picture of it. It's kind of a cool design. I don't want to pull it off right now, but it's angled so the water comes through the tube and then goes into the glass itself. So there's no there's no noise of water dropping directly down into the tank, which is what I had on my Toonsy. So that's pretty cool. It's virtually there's virtually no sound when the water comes through. It's very, very quiet. And then in the corner there you'll see, trying to get a good picture of it, the bracket. So I already had the existing bracket on the Red Sea sump. So all I had to do is put that adapter bracket in there that's red, and then the actual sensor just fits down into the hole. Really easy to put in, and that's where that piece sits now. So that's pretty slick. I wasn't expecting it to be that plug and play, but it really was. So I'll take you around to the back now and show you what we've got. Alright, apologies for the noise. The AC's on because it's warm out. But this is the actual control panel for the ATO. Pretty small in design, pretty sleek. So the only thing I haven't hooked up is the leak sensor, which goes right here. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. Knock on wood, I've never had an issue. Don't know if I'm playing with fire, but we'll see. This port is for the actual sensor that's in the sump itself. So that has the temperature and the water level. And then this plug here is for the actual pump. So that's supplying the signal to turn on and then also power. The bracket itself is pretty intuitive as well. Just screw it on, keep it level like I did, and it just slides right up. Piece of cake. The tube, you can see here the red tube, it's coming through the wall here. That feeds the sump on the other side. And then I put the pump down there in the bucket and also installed the siphon brake. So everything was really easy to set up. I don't know, I didn't need a lot of instruction, to be honest. One thing I did notice setting this up on the Reef Beat, I had to reboot the app twice, and then once I joined the Wi-Fi from the unit, it was able to pick it up properly and add it to the app, and then that was a piece of cake too. So I don't know why. I don't know if it was my Wi-Fi that was screwing around, or the Reef Beat app itself. But anyway, once that was done, it was pretty easy, and I've just got it plugged into my my Apex board up there, so for power. So anyway, I'm going to show you what it looks like in the Reef Beat app now. So when you go into the Reef Beat app, this takes a minute to load here. You're going to see all the other devices I have, the reef mat, the dosers. So and my lights as well. So your ATO is down at the bottom here. It gives you the volume that was topped up today. The autofill is on. The water level is at desired. Leak detector is missing because I haven't installed it yet. I'm not sure I'm going to put it on. Also gives you the water temperature, which is good. So when you go into the app, just kind of gives you a bit of a visual there. So your volume that's been topped up, where your water level is approximately on the sensor. There's other options here. So your autofill I always keep on, obviously for obvious reasons. You just want it to do it automatically. You go into more settings. When you set up the app, it asks you approximately how long the tube is from the sump where it goes in to the pump itself. So mine was about 3.5 feet ish, 3.28. I don't know why I put 3.28. I thought I put 3.5. Anyway, and then I'm not keeping a check on the reservoir volume, because it just automatically tops off as soon as it starts going down below the level in the reservoir piece. So I just have the flow valve in there, so I didn't need that. There's some other things here I haven't really got into yet. Reset pump monitors, update flow rate. Haven't got into that stuff yet. Go to the next screen, you got temperature, which I think is kind of cool because it gives you a temperature graph. So I'm actually going to see what this is in terms of accuracy. I'm going to measure it with another thermometer to see what it looks like. I'm not using the Apex one, it's just not as accurate. So it does give you options to adjust the temperature. You can go in, check out the logs if you want, see what the variables were, the averages are, and oops, I'm just going to go back here. And then the last section there, sorry, I went back too far, is the leak sensor. I don't have it installed yet, as I mentioned, but you do have you can activate it, have a buzzer go off, emergency shutdown if it does detect a leak, which I think is pretty cool. So it's pretty intuitive, actually. I was actually quite impressed just looking at the different options. So that's it really for the app itself. It's pretty straightforward, pretty basic. When you set up the app and it connects to the ATO device, the controller, you do have to go through a few steps. And one of them was indicating how long that tube is. But other than that, it was pretty cinchy. And then once you're set up, you're good. So I'm going to run it now and see what it looks like for the next couple of days or weeks, and just monitor it and see how it does. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So anyway, questions or comments, leave them down below as always. Appreciate you guys watching. As I said, this device was really easy to set up. So, and there are various videos online if anybody gets stuck, but I'm sure everybody's going to find it pretty easy peasy. All right, till we chat again, I hope everyone stays safe. Happy reefing.